What's up, YouTube? Kedris here, and this is my Forest news and transfer rumors for the week. Got a lot to talk about, a lot of crazy stuff popping off, some new links to some players, some of them really close to getting signed, and some crazy things happening with managers leaving clubs, managers being linked with players and other clubs in Saudi. It's all whirlwind, and I'm here for it. So, let's get into it. So I'm going to start with general news about around the league, and then we'll go into the Nottingham Forest transfer rumors. But starting off, we have Ipswich Town, who got promoted to the Premier League this season. In a shocking turn of events earlier today, Kieran McKenna will step down as the Ipswich Town manager after 5 seasons at the club. Kieran has made the decision to step away from football management and dedicate time to his family, having been at the forefront of one of the most successful eras in the club's history. So, obviously, I'm one of those people who I actually rated McKenna. I thought he could have been a good replacement if, we'll talk about it later, but it's something to do with the Saudi League. And I think the other one I was thinking about was from Valencia, maybe. But there was like 2 or 3 managers I was looking at as replacements if Vitor Pereira decides to leave. A shocking thing, really. I mean, he's not even 45 yet. I think he's still early 40s. I understand he probably wants to step away, but I think eventually he will return to football, and I rate him. I really do. I rate him as a manager. I think Ipswich, they just got promoted up too fast, and just the quality and depth of the squad, just couldn't do it. So I wish him the best of luck moving forward. Moving to other news, we had a bid from Manchester City by Fabrizio Romano. This is reported by Fabrizio Romano. As expected, Man City sent new bid for Elliot Anderson for $106 million guaranteed, plus $15 million in add-ons. Nottingham Forest won $120 million fixed to sell the midfielder, and also are aware of Man United interest. Man City are pushing to get it done, plus Sandro Tonali also on shortlist. So, Mr. Marinakis, this is his thing. Negotiations. He is a top-tier businessman, regardless of what you think of anything else. The negotiations are his forte. Elliot Anderson is not pushing to leave the club, so therefore, you can ask for anything they want. Although Anderson has offered to put up $20 million of his own money to help cover the cost. I think Mr. Marinakis is doing right by Forest, getting the best in the amount of money that he possibly can. I'm hoping he doesn't sell until after the World Cup, just because I think Anderson is going to perform so unbelievably well. And what we're looking for here, ladies and gentlemen, is the record for the highest Premier League transfer. That is what we are looking for, and that's what we want. God, I love my owner. Moving to other Nottingham Forest news, Forest released their retained first team list for the season. Obviously, the players mentioned in this, or I should say not mentioned in this, their contracts expire as of June 30th. So officially, they haven't been released by the club yet, but this is basically a declaration saying those players are going. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Willy, Boly. Love the guy. Talking about Angus, Gunn. Kind of feel like we screwed him a little bit, but I wish him the best of luck. Stefan, Ortega. Now, I know a lot of people are saying we should have signed Stefan Ortega, but I just think with him being the same age as Matt Sells and us already having Matt Sells on a more long-term contract, as in it's not expiring in this month, it was more obvious we were going to probably keep Sells than sign Ortega to a new contract. The word out of the Forest camp is that we are looking for a young English goalkeeper to maybe challenge Sells for the job. Kind of sounds like a Trafford. I'm just saying, Forest, Marinakis, Trafford, young, English, good enough to compete with Sells. I'm just saying. Trafford. I'm just saying. Go get him. Moving on to more Forest content, we have an exclusive from Ben Jacobs. Al Hilal are interested in Nottingham Forest manager Vitor Pereira and are prepared to offer him a significant wage. Simeone Inzaghi could still depart this summer, and outreach to other names is underway in case a change is made. Inzaghi is the coach for Al Hilal. That's why his name is mentioned here. Pereira, who managed Saudi sides Al Hilal and Al Shabab, is currently preparing for the new season with Nottingham Forest, and he is in talks to extend his contract at the City Ground with an offer already on the table. Obviously, we've already talked about the offer. I talked about it in a previous video. I think it was probably last week or the week before. But the offer's on the table. He hasn't signed it yet. Apparently, from what I hear coming out of the camp, he's on vacation right now, and he's not going to touch anything until he gets back in the beginning of July. So don't expect any news on his decision for him in regards to whether he's going to sign the extension or go to Saudi until then. I think we should be looking for other managers if Pereira shows any inclination whatsoever that he's open to the discussion. I would like to see him stay because I like his brand of football. I think we played really well underneath him. And I think we should give him a chance to run it again. As we all know, Marco Silva's already signed with Benfica. Glasner's going to AC Milan. Iriolo went to Liverpool. So all the top brass managers are off the table. So any manager we kind of go for now are more of the you're taking a chance type of manager. So I'm honestly okay and completely fine with Vitor Pereira staying. I hope he does. But ultimately, the decision is up to him. It is his career. Could want more money. I don't get the impression that that's something that's going to move him that much. But I could be wrong. But yeah, I'm just giving the news. Moving over to transfer rumors. I'll try to make this quick because, the video is getting kind of long. But Sydie Peck from Sheffield United, 12 million euros, 21 years old, plays the 8 position, kind of more of an 8-6 than an actual out-and-out 8. According to the Star, Forest are interested in Sydie Peck, so he's under contract at Bramall Lane until 2028. Current deal includes a clause for potential additional 12 months. So, very up-and-coming midfielder. I saw some highlights from him. Very raw. Definitely has some potential, obviously being so young, but nothing that really kind of pops for me. I don't really get the impression I'm looking at like a future star. I'm always willing to take a shot on these young midfielders. I really am. Just because you never know, obviously, is what happened with Elliot Anderson. But for me, okay, but not really what I want. Moving on to Morgan Gibbs-White. Yes, my brother man has been linked with a move away to Aston Villa, Tottenham Hotspur, Manchester United. Basically, everybody and their mother wants our guy, our captain. But he's priced at 70 million euros, 26 years old, prime of his career. He isn't a 10. Although I think we might get a surprise on where he wants to play this season. But this is from 3 days ago. Sources told Football Insider that Morgan Gibbs-White is among the players Aston Villa are monitoring this summer as they accelerate plans to improve their squad. Villa are among several admirers of Gibbs-White, with Chelsea, Manchester United, and Tottenham also monitoring his situation. Nottingham Forest are aware of the difficulties they will have in keeping Gibbs-White at the club this summer. His deal expires in 2 years, which could potentially force Nottingham Forest to a sale if they are to receive an optimal fee. Now, I don't want to sell him. I really don't. I think if we sell Anderson, that's good enough, especially for PSR. By the way, does anybody want a video on SCR? I kind of touched on it earlier in the season, but now we're kind of starting to get into the season with SCR. Do y'all want that? Let me know in the comments down below. But from what I hear, apparently this is a contingent thing specifically for Aston Villa. If Morgan Rogers is sold, which it looks like Arsenal is heavily pursuing him, they will come in and try to get Morgan Gibbs-White. I expect him to say he's one of the highest paid players on our roll. He makes $110,000 with bonuses up to $150,000 a week. So for me, honestly, you're getting the best situation. He's the captain of the, I wouldn't say the club because that's Ryan Yates, but he is the captain on the pitch. So I really want him to stay. I have my gripes with him, I really do, but I feel like Vitor Pereira was able to get the most out of him and to make him the most consistent he's ever been. So please stay. Next link is Marc Casado from Barcelona. 26 million euro price tag, 22 years old, plays the DM position. He is definitely an out and out 6. Basically, a lot of clubs, including us, have held conversations in recent weeks regarding the situation of Barcelona's 22-year-old Spanish midfielder. I'm not going to read this whole thing. Obviously, I'm trying to get through this pretty quick, but apparently Barcelona are trying to accrue funds for the transfer market after buying Anthony Gordon. They don't really have enough to be in compliance with PSR. So this is one of their young talents they're trying to sell. I don't think it's going to happen. The source that I found for this is like a 2 out of 10. I know it says Team Talk here, but the where this actually came from was a different source, and they're not very reliable. So I don't think this is going to happen. I just think I think he's going to stay in Spain. From what I'm hearing, it sounds like he's going to stay in Spain or go to Serie A. So I just wouldn't expect this to happen. I do think he's good. I think I do rate him. I just think, one, we don't need a 6. We've got like 3 pretty decent ones. And 2, I just think it's unrealistic. Next up, Viery from Gremio, 20 million euro price tag, 21 years old. I talked about him last week on the transfer rumors videos. Center back, young center back in Brazil, absolutely sensational. And this is from 3 days ago. Gremio is not in a rush to let Vieira leave. Efforts to arrange a deal for less than the release clause have been unsuccessful, as Vieira's current price is regarded as too high. But like I said in my previous video, I'm not going to touch on it anymore. I like him. I rate him. I think any young center back from Brazil, I'm behind it. Let's go get him. Next up, Raoul Bellanova. I also spoke about him last week as well. Atalanta, 20 million euro price tag, 26 years old. Right mid, but I would say he's more of a wing back, but not very good defensively and okay going forward. According to, I don't want to say that, Atalanta are prepared to sell versatile fullback Raoul Bellanova this summer. The interest from Nottingham Forest and Tottenham, who have been quoted a fee of approximately $23 million or 20 million euros or 17 million pounds. I'll be honest, I don't rate him. I really don't. I said this last week. He seems like a bit part player, and I just think we can do better. I would rather see Nico Williams move to the right side and us go get a left back than get this guy. Just not good enough for me. Not good enough all around. Next up, we got a link for Curtis Jones from Liverpool. 40 million euro price tag, 25 years old. This guy is an out-and-out 8, and I would love to have him at the club. But according to 2 days ago, according to Team Talk, Forest made inquiries about Jones' situation in recent months. Jones has rejected Nottingham Forest and informed people close to him that his preference is Inter Milan. So, unrealistic, but he is a guy I do rate. I think he's been underutilized at Liverpool, but I'm yapping about a guy that's pretty unrealistic for us to get. Next up, we have Murillo, who's been linked with a move to Liverpool. 80 million euro price tag, 23 years old, plays left side center back, obviously. It's our Murillo. 2 days ago, Liverpool have increased its scouting of Nottingham Forest defender Murillo, and the player is receiving growing attention from the club. I've also seen this in the fact that we've been targeting a lot of left-footed center backs. I always said that my looking out as an outsider looking in, it kind of looked like either one, we were looking at all these center backs to play a 3-back system, or there was an expectation in the club for Murillo to leave this summer. It kind of died down when he got the contract extension, but the talks are back up, and if a club is willing to pay 80 million euros, 90 million euros for him, I mean, you got to sell, don't you? And as much as I love Murillo, I think he's been kind of stuttering lately. I don't know if his head is here. I don't know if he's thinking about moving or what's going on, but he hasn't been himself for a good while now. I'm open to selling him, and I've said in my video for the summer that I am open to selling him. I would rather keep him, but I'm open to selling him for the right price. Next up, we got Arne Engels from Celtic, 30 million euro price tag, 22 years old. It's from a day ago. According to the Daily Record, Forest are expected to make another offer for long-term target Engels by reinvesting a significant portion of sums for a potential sale of Elliot Anderson. Midfield contracts will. We've gone over this enough times. How many times have I talked about this guy? Obviously, I want him. I don't think he's a starter in the Premier League yet, I think he's got the raw talent and the ability to be that. So he's an 8-8. Why not? Why not go get him, be the backup? I think we right now, outside of Elliot Anderson, have no player that can play the 8 position and actually be an 8. So go for it. Next up, we have Vitor Pereira from Flamengo. No price tag. 30-year-old center back. But we got an article. Yay. Anyways, Pereira's agent stated there were several proposals for the 30-year-old Brazilian center back, including from Nottingham Forest, West Ham, Besiktas, Cruz Azul, and Monterrey. The agent also recounted that Al Nassr made an offer before they purchased Laporte. Bill to reach figure Flamengo would accept. A deal did not proceed because the manager at the time, Jorge, I don't know how to say that, he did not let the player leave. Pereira also, who joined Flamengo in 2020, has a contract till 27. So I went and I watched a couple, I wouldn't say highlights, but just some short clips of him playing. He seems all right. I feel like we're trying to get experience with these 30-year-old center backs. This is like the second or third one we've been linked to. I mean, do you really want a 30-year-old come in and be your starter? Does he play over Jair Cunha? I don't think so. He doesn't look good enough to me. If you're coming in to grab him and like make him be part of like that experience that you're losing with Willy Boly, I'm behind it. But if you're asking for him to be a starter, not so good. Next up, we got Nicolo Savona. Has been linked with a move to Atalanta. According to, I can't say that. A return to Serie A for Nottingham Forest, Nicolo Savona is considered possible, but the transfer faces at least 2 obstacles. First is Savona's physical condition. Obviously, he had the injury to his knee. He got surgery on. And then Atlanta must assess that recovery complete before proceeding with any negotiations. This could considerably hinder his move. The second obstacle is Atlanta's squad. Both Palestra and Bellanova are expected to leave before a move for Savona can be made. So, obviously, both of the right backs at Atalanta have been linked with moves away. I prefer the other right back, not Bellanova, but Palestra. It just doesn't seem like it's happening. He's probably going to go to a really, really big club. But I don't really rate Bellanova. We could see a swap deal, but again, this is not going to progress until Savona recovers. I've seen a lot of fans online. Apparently, a lot of people are okay with him leaving. I thought as a goal-scoring fullback, like you want to keep that. You want to have that around. Just that somebody who got nose for the back of the net. But I've been overruled. A lot of people apparently are okay with him leaving. Next, we got Arne Kalimuendo. It's from a day ago. The Hessians are negotiating with Forest over Kalimuendo. It is reported that Eintracht Frankfurt are willing to pay up to 20 million euros, while the Tricky Trees are demanding 27. I think this is probably not going to move. I think what you're going to see happen is the negotiations are going to fall through. Kalimuendo is going to get a shot with Pereira that he never had, and Pereira is going to like it. He's going to like what he sees. We're going to end up with Kalimuendo as our starting striker for the season, and we won't even have to buy anybody. That's my prediction. That's, I think, how that's going to go. Hopefully that is how it goes. Next, we got Arthur Thiat from Frankfurt. Ooh, same club. 20 million euro price tag, 26 years old. Talked about him last week. Forest are interested in signing Thiat. While the club's not yet made a formal offer, it has contacted the player's entourage. Frankfurt is demanding a transfer fee of 20 million euros. Chump change. I like him. I do. To play that left center back, I'd be down for it. I obviously have reservations about Bundesliga players, or any player in any league coming to the Premier League. How do they adapt? It's different for everybody, but I like what I've seen from him. He seems to have the profile best fit for that transfer. He's not outstanding. I'm not like, ooh, he's an elite center back, but he's solid, okay? He's solid. Better than Morata, okay? Is he better than Jair Cunha? A Jair Cunha that's on point? No. A Jair Cunha like the last 2 games of the season? Yes. I would take him. I really would. 20 million? Chump change. Next up, we got Marshall Munetsi from Wolverhampton back in for the 29-year-old. Nottingham Forest held discussions with Munetsi's representatives in recent weeks. I don't know how far this has progressed. I don't rate him. I think we don't need a 29-year-old midfielder, especially when you got a 28-year-old Ryan Yates, a 27-year-old Nicholas Dominguez, and a 28-year-old Ibrahim Sangare. I don't think he's that creative. I don't think he does anything outside of being solid. I would rather take a swing on someone like Arne Engels than take a swing for Manetzi. Next up, we got an update on Hayden Hackney. This is as of 22 hours ago. Forest are among clubs that have shown interest in the move for the Middlesbrough. Hayden Hackney, according to the West Ham Way, the chances of the Hammers signing the player have become less likely due to advances from clubs such as Everton and Forest. So I've heard some disconcerting news. Apparently, the player himself, Hackney, is favoring a move to Everton. I don't know how to feel about it, because I feel like if he goes to Everton, you're not going to play ahead of Garner. You're not going to play ahead of who's that guy from Chelsea that plays for them in the 10? That guy, does he get in front of Gay? Probably. But at the same time, he's not really a 6. So I feel like he has better options to come to us. If we sell Elliot Anderson, Hayden Hackney is a starter, a really good starter. I'm not shied away from how much I love this guy. I wish he would pick Forest, but we really need to get on this, man. We really do. And so that wraps up the news and transfer rumors. Got a lot going on with the window officially opening on the 15th, which is Monday. Obviously, I expect a lot of news, a lot of signings. I've heard that Forest are trying to keep the numbers down this season. We're trying to not go into the double digits with our signings for once. And we're trying to target quality and development. We'll see how that goes. As you know, Forest, doing Forest things. But I like our team. I hope we only lose Anderson and keep the rest. Well, that's it for me, guys. Hit a like, subscribe, comment down below on your way out. Who do you want to see out of the names I listed come into the club? I think the one I'm probably most excited about is Hayden Hackney. I was trying to give a different answer that wasn't cheesy, but I really don't like any of these other options. So Hayden Hackney. Is it cheating? I don't know. But that's it for me. So come on, you Reds.